Welcome back to I Pick Passion and Funny. Today's guest is someone who is all about bringing order to chaos, whether that's decluttering a home or sharing sharp, hilarious insights on the comedy world. Erica Wilson, founder of Full Moon Organizing, is a self-described professional helper who transforms spaces across multiple cities. But when she's not organizing, she's at comedy shows where her reviews have made her a go-to name in comedy circles. In this episode, we talk about the passion behind organizing, the wildest things she's found while helping clients, and how she became a respected voice in comedy reviews. And because Erica is hilarious herself, this episode is full of fun, unexpected moments. Let's get into it. Okay, so, hey, Erica.
Hi, Erica.
Thanks for coming on. My name's Twin. Okay, so I usually open up the show with a icebreaker. It's a game called Hella Awkward. If you have followed or watched the show, then you may know. It's super fun. It's my favorite game ever. Okay, 4 categories. And there's dating, there's sex, there's relationships, and there's real talk. Which one do you want to choose? I give you the question, and of course, you give me the answer.
You know what? Because I don't have much experience in dating, but I do in, I guess, relationship. I don't know, relationship. Just go relationship.
I had a feeling you were going to choose that. I said, you know, it's funny. Nobody else has ever chose that one. Everybody always chooses real talk, or they might decide to choose sex. But I had a feeling you were going to choose relationships. I don't know what it was about you. I got that vibe. Okay. So, all right, wait, I picked up the wrong line. You did say relationships. Okay.
Yeah.
So, what are your thoughts on signing a prenup?
I'm fine with it. Yeah, I'm fine, especially if I got the money.
That part. Okay.
Yeah. No, I think I'm fine with it because, like, I've never started a relationship with like the finances involved. Like I came here for long-term companionship to be a passenger princess and somebody to help me push the cart down Costco. So, you keep your money, you know, but I mean, I feel like I get it. You know, you betting 50% of everything you got that this relationship is going to work out. That's awkward. I also don't believe in marriage. So prenups don't really bother me. Like whatever, you know, another piece of paper.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, it's a whole nother. You say you don't believe in marriage? Wait a second.
I mean, that's my short answer. Like the long answer is I think the only like truly monogamous person I know. And people be getting married under the guise that like, yeah, you know, like this is a me and you kind of situation, but everybody cosplaying as monogamous and they not really doing that. So you're not going to embarrass me in front of like all my family, friends, my grandma in the state of California as you cheat on me. So like we can keep the paperwork and the government up out our business. You know, we could be together forever, but we don't have to sign paperwork that you just going to disrespect anyway, sir. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know any happily married people except for like I recently went to Tabitha Brown's Tab and Chance's show, Melissa and Kevin Fredericks. Toby Nwigwe and Eric Thomas and Dee Dee. Those are the only 4 couples that I believe what they believe in marriage. Everybody else, I don't think they really here for the long haul. So we don't have to get the paperwork involved, sir. But we can still like, you know, hey, got to do it if you want to, but like we don't have to write that down in front of everybody.
I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at that. I never thought of it that way, but you know, entirely that way. But I kind of have thought of it at the same time that way because it makes sense. It's like, you know what I'm saying? Like we could just be. I just want a life partner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really, it's just about having a partner, somebody to do life with. You know, and we don't have to necessarily. We can be married without being married. You know what I'm saying?
And if he needs that paperwork, like, cool, I'm with it. But like, I gave up on like marriage. Like, everybody's lying. Like everybody's faking. Like, you know, they try to keep the gays. I know a lot of happily together gay couples and like some miserable like heterosexuals. So it's just like, just stop acting like marriage is the end all be all. Do you actually like me for real?
I feel that. Because liking somebody goes a long way further than loving. Like you can love somebody, but when you like them, That's what makes the difference. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So I feel
Yeah.
that. I feel that. Girl, okay, so we okay with signing the prenup over here,
Oh,
especially
yeah,
if it's our
yeah.
own money. Especially if it's our money. You know what I'm saying? We
Oh,
like,
for sure.
okay, I'm with it too. I'm with that too. I'm not mad at that. And you know what's funny? I didn't always think of it because I used to take like offense to like the prenup conversation. I was like, a prenup? I'm not signing I'm not signing a prenup. But then I thought about it. I said, well, if it is my own money, I definitely want to protect that. And then I'll say I knew of someone who went through a situation where it was a very ugly divorce. And they lived in a state where, I didn't know there was a such thing as like a no fault some type of like, where some states, I think California is also one of them, where if anybody can just say that this person did this or did that, and it doesn't have to be like proven. Like, in other words, even if this person cheated on you, they can still, it doesn't mean just because they cheated on you doesn't mean they're wrong. Like, they can still come after yours, even though they're the ones at fault for actually messing up the marriage.
Yeah.
And when I knew that was something that was true, I was like, wait a minute. And I considered moving to Los Angeles. That's something I'm still kind of playing with the idea. And I was like, wait a minute, if I'm living in California, I was like, wait, we're not going to be, if I marry out there, I was like, no, I'm okay with that prenup. Because after knowing that situation, I said, oh, no.
Yeah,
We're not playing
I
no game.
mean,
We're not playing no
I'm
game.
signing prenup, but you gonna sign this life insurance paperwork because I said till death do we part. So you gonna cash me out when you go. Like, maybe not when we break up, but when you leave, like, that don't change nothing. And I'm siphoning stuff off the top while you're here. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm spending the money while we're together. Like, has nothing to do when we break up. Ways around that.
All right. That is hilarious. Yeah. So after that, girl, I was like, oh, yeah, nah, I'm okay with that prenup. Like, I changed my whole thought process after that. Okay. So that was fun. Okay. So now we're going to this is kind of like still more fun, like questions. Honestly, I'm going to tell you the truth. I've been so excited for this interview with you. Like, let me tell you, I feel like it's not even really an interview. I really just want it to be like a conversation, kind of like fun. You know what I'm saying? Just like, because when I think of you, like I don't know if you realize just how funny you really are. Like, I don't know if you know that. Let me tell you, like, so you are funny yourself. Like, I be cracking up. I'm going to tell you last week, maybe it was 2 weeks ago. You had posted something on your story. It was when you went to the Container Store because you stay in the Container Store.
I gotta go there tomorrow. It's Sunday. I'm there every Sunday.
But you went to the Container Store and your vehicle was packed. You had just gotten the vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
And it was packed to the brim that night. It was like late because it was like dark when you were there. And when I tell you the story that you posted, you were showing the inside of the vehicle and how packed it was. And you posted in those jeans by Genuine.
I posted that because the front seat, which I didn't see, was the front seat was packed. And I was trying to figure out with the car myself, is there any more room for me in this car for me? Like, forget the jeans. Am I able to drive and or see out of this car at this particular point?
I knew what you were saying, but it was like so genius of you because I was like, wait a minute. She really thought of this song to play in this moment. I was like, that girl is crazy. And I was like, I have to like that. Well, I had already reached out to you before that, but that's when I knew. I was like, no, she is like, this girl is.
But everybody's brain don't work like that. Like, when you see like a situation or if a trigger word happened, like, you don't think of immediately like a song to go with that, like something that like I'm telling you, I can't go through a day without having like a little mini soundtrack. So somebody's going to do something. It's going to trigger like a thought of another song. And now that song is in my head for the rest of the day.
Hilarious. I love it. I said, me and this girl got to be friends. Like, I don't know. Like, we have to be. But anyway, it was great. Okay. So first question I have for you is, if organizing was an Olympic sport, what event would you dominate? Whether it be speed decluttering, perfectly fitted sheets. Like, just an example, like what would be, if it was an Olympic sport, what event would you dominate?
To be honest with you, I'm not that good of an organizer. I got a whole business around it, and I'm not. I tell people all the time, I am a project manager cosplaying as an organizer. Like, prior to my business being called the Full Moon Organizing, it was called the Helpful Hoarder. Because low key, I'm a mess. And I have little collections of stuff. And I kind of was forced into organizing because my mom is a little bit of a minimalist and she would like rage purge. So if she got an attitude of too much stuff was out on the floor, she get in that black trash bag, everything gotta go. And I have my little collections. So I'd be like, I don't know, if I could keep it neat, I could keep it with me. You know, like and it was bottles and jars and useless stuff, perfectly useless. But if I could keep it neat, I know I could keep it. So I started organizing to help other people go, hey, you don't even gotta throw this stuff away. You could keep it. We just gotta box it up cute. And then like, you know, like we'll disguise it. It's great. But contrary to popular belief, people just think that like my life is all put together and I'm very organized. I'm not. I do not fold my socks. I do not fold my panties. Who has time for that? Life's too short. I'm really just trying to keep my frustrations down because I know that messy spaces piss me off and I know it pisses other people off. So I'm just helping people relieve a little tension. I can help you build a system and a structure. But when it comes to like the detailed stuff, like little stuff, can't stand it. Hate a micro fold. Like I had to fold somebody's like panty drawer. Like folding a thong is a waste of life because what are we doing? Just pick it up. Just go, you know?
That's real. It's no sense. Just throw it in there. Like, why are we folding that? I don't even know how you do. Honestly, I don't even know how to fold a thong. I never have tried. I've never tried. I just throw it in there.
Yeah, I do certain stuff for my clients that I wouldn't even do for myself. Like for me, like it's big categories. Like I dump stuff in a bucket. I put a label on it. I put the bucket away. Like I don't have time to micro organize nothing. Now, if there's something I am great at, speed, messing up a room before I go somewhere, now that is my sport. Like I cleaned up my entire like bedroom and beauty room yesterday because Fridays, that's what Gorilla's 7 p.m. Friday. She outside because it's 95 degrees. I'm in the house every Friday. I have to reset my house because I'm not going to go into the weekend a mess. But when it's time to get dressed, it looks like I didn't touch anything. Like I can mess up a room in record time. I tell you that.
I feel that. Yeah, me too. Guilty. For sure guilty of that. So I get it. All right. So what is the wildest or funniest thing you've ever found while organizing for a client?
You know what? Based on NDAs, I can't really speak of certain items, but okay. I mean, just in general, I found human remains, you know, like people's ashes, people's pets' ashes, a lot of like people just put their aunties, grandmas, you know, like loved ones in boxes in the back of a closet in the basement in the garage. Like, oh yeah, that's my dog from 3rd grade. We had it cremated, but like, why is it here? Why is that here? Yeah, like I found a skull in a box, but it was like, it was plastic and it was part of a like science project. So they say, and just, you know, like, I don't know, like people be regular, you know, just a lot of regular stuff. Everybody thinks their house is the worst house I've ever seen. And I've worked with legitimate hoarders. So it's never really like too bad, but people think like that things will surprise me. Like there's a lot of like sex toys like that pop up, but it's just like you're a full grown adult. So, you know, I mean, I'll plug it up for you. I'll put it by your bed because I know it's supposed to go. Like I'm gonna categorize. I'm like, you know, I'm gonna get you together, get you right, but I'm not here to judge or embarrass you. You know, I'm at your house. You know, people always apologize. Oh, I'm sorry for my house looking like this. You at your house. Like you do you. I'm just here to make you a little bit more comfortable for you. So I have unpacked somebody's house, like moving them in and, you know, found a sex toy. Let me charge you up, girl. Let me put you, you know, put it right by your nightstand. You know, this is where it's supposed to go, you know. It's like, oh, I'm sorry for that. Let's say we're grown. What are you talking about?
We are grown. Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, that would be embarrassing. I would have to say I would be, if it was me, I'd be like, ooh, like, I know it's mine. I'm an adult. It's my house, but I'm embarrassed. Like, I'm embarrassed that you saw this.
Oh.
I would have tucked that thing away. But see, they probably didn't lock. They probably forgot that they had it somewhere. They didn't put it somewhere and forgot it was there. Because those type of things, you just you keep those things tucked away. You don't want nobody to be seeing all of that.
Yeah,
you know.
like, but again, I'm in your house going through your stuff. So it's just like, it's not like you just had it out in the living room for guests to see, like, during the dinner party. Like, that's kind of my whole job. Like, you can't really embarrass me at this point. It's a private space. It's in the vault. It's in the vault. Like, I'm not here to judge you.
That's true. That's true. Well, that's good. At least you don't judge. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they trust you. That's why they call you. You know what I'm saying? Girl, I might need you help get my life together over here because, I need some organizing myself. But anyway.
I love that. Listen, it's I accidentally do it in my sleep. Like, I'll walk through Target and I'll be fixing stuff. And my friend's like, you don't work here. I was like, but I can't. Like, the green shirt is next to the red shirt and it's supposed to go on the other rack. I got to put it where it's supposed to go. My brain will not allow me not to do this.
Won't allow you. That's so funny. It's funny how things become second nature. Okay, so you kind of touched on it a little bit, but what actually led you to start Full Moon Organizing? Was there a specific aha moment that made you say, yep, I'm a professional now. Like, I can do this. I'm a professional helper. Like, what was that?
You know what? It was really my dad.
Oh.
Yeah. I've always been an organized person. I've always liked interior design and home decor and like making a space more functional. Like, that was my thing. I was working at an insurance company and I was crying to my dad like after an emotional. I'm also like a Cancer, so I'm a very emotional person. So anytime I have like a heartbreak or like a feel moment, then I'm about to question my whole life. Like, not only am I gonna question my relationship, like, but also like, what am I doing with my life in general? So I'm having a mini meltdown, and my dad called me, and my dad lives in Louisiana, so he was like, hey, babe, like, just come out here for a couple days, come visit me, and, like, maybe you just need to get away. And I was like, you know what, maybe I do need to run away, because I like to run. I've run away more as an adult than I have, like, as a child. So I was like, let me go to my dad's house. And so we're kicking it, we're chilling, and my dad is a serial entrepreneur. Like, he has sold everything from like cocaine to cell phones. Like he has like for real started off as a drug dealer, and after a little stint in prison, he was like, you know what, let's not do that no more. But we're gonna sell everything else. Like, he's had a tax company, he's had a cell phone shop, he's had a restaurant, he's owned a car dealership, like, you name it. Like, this man is like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. And he's like, he bounces around. He doesn't care how he makes money. He will start a business and dump a business real quick. So I'm crying to him that I don't have any special talent. I was like, I can't braid, I can't sing, or can't dance. Like, I don't have any, like, people are creative or like they're good at like hair or whatever. Like, I don't have any skills to be able to, or talents to be able to sell. I'm not creative. I don't do web design or t-shirts or none of that. Like, I was like, I'm just like doomed in this kind of entry level job forever. Like, and then my relationship failed, and what I'm gonna do? And like, just again, going through a spiral. He's like, well, what about organizing? I was like, that's not a real job. Everybody could organize. And he's like, no, everybody don't organize. And I was like, well, ain't nobody gonna pay me to do that. And he was like, I mean, maybe not your friends and your family because they broke, but like, there's people with money who will pay you. I don't know those people. Erica, just start the business. And if it fails, just start another one. Like, it doesn't matter. Just do something. I was like, okay. So I left his house and I flew to Georgia to visit my friend, and she was my first customer. I went to the Dollar Tree. I grabbed a bunch of stuff. I like organized her house, and I started an Instagram page and started charging people. It's like, this is what I do. And like, apparently you don't need no degree, paperwork, or nothing. People don't even ask for proof of your business license or nothing. People just let me walk into their house and like hand me like hundreds of dollars. And I was like, this is great. So I just made it up after a meltdown.
Amazing. Hey, and those are some of the times when the things that you're supposed to do, those are the moments when those things come alive. Like, those are the moments when it's like, oh, like you discover what you're like, I never in a million years thought that this would be my life.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So is that that's all you do for a living at this point? You make a
I
living
mean,
off of that?
I do. That's my
Or
full-time gig. That is my full-time job.
amazing. How long has it been?
Full-time since 2022. But I started my company in 2017. Yeah. I mean, people congratulate me all the time and I love it, but I got fired. So, I had to do this full-time because my last job fired me because I wouldn't get a COVID vaccine. I was like, I don't know what y'all got in that cocktail. I'm gonna go ahead pass. They was like, well, you don't work here anymore. I was like, all right, bye. It's been real. So I was like, you know what? I'm an entrepreneur, baby.
I kind of feel that. Like, I'm not mad at that, honestly.
A very prominent insurance company for 12 years. So I had like nice tenure. I had a 401k. It wasn't really something that I wanted to. It wasn't like it was like a whatever job. Like I was there for over a decade and I was comfortable. We was working from home. I was making money in my underwear. Like this was great, but just saw the way that they were pushing it so hard. They went from we ain't got it to only certain people could get it to we'll give it to everybody to we'll pay you to get it to you better get it or you're out of here. I was like, I don't really like the trajectory y'all went on with this. And to be honest, like a few years before, I got really sick from mandatory vaccination that they made us do as a form of employment. And I got like really, really sick. And I was like, this is a vaccine that's been out for years. And y'all want me to put something in me that y'all just came up with last week? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to slide on that.
I know that's right.
Yeah,
no, I know that's right.
And I think it was time too. Like, I think it was time. Like, I did love my job. I did love my comfort. I did love my structure. Like, more than anything, more than being organized, I love being consistent. Again, back to the like long-term monogamy thing. That's why I just dating really ain't for me. Cause like, you're not believing it. So like, let's just be honest. Like you just need somebody to talk to because your girlfriend who you live with not really talking to you right now. So like now you're talking to me. Like, let's be honest. We're not being monogamous here. Like,
that's hilarious.
So consistency is my thing, but it was just it's a risk I couldn't take because once it's in there, I can't get it out. So
let me tell you, look, I understand. No. You know what I'm saying?
No, and I get it. Like I know a lot of people at my job who did it was just like, oh no, I can't lose this, and I get it. But I was just like, I ain't got no kids, I ain't got no dog, I ain't got no house plan. I ain't really got nothing to lose, baby. Like I could go live back with my mama, like if it all crumbles. So I get that everybody's situation is different. And it was just weird that it's just like, if you don't do this, you're this way. Hey, I'm very much my body, my choice. Okay. So you do what you want with your skin. I'm going to do what I want with my skin. And we don't really have to argue about this. But no, I didn't take offense about that at all. And I understand why other people did it. But like, again, I have my own reasons. At points,
there's a lot going on with our administration right now. So we don't know what they
we was gonna have a good day. What we not gonna do?
Again, it ain't doing all this time.
Elon heard us.
Girl,
said, shut it down.
Happening. Oh my God, Erica, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. I can see you just fine. I don't know why it's spazzing, but I'm good.
It's literally not. It's acting up. What is going on right now?
Just ignore it like a bad kid. Oh wait, maybe it did go.
Okay, we're gonna leave that subject right on the low. Oh, we ain't gonna talk about it no more. Oh my God. We get the hint.
There we go.
We get the hint, girl. We just gonna leave that subject right up on the low. Next subject. Okay. Yeah, they ain't gotta say no more. I get it.
Hey, listen. Wrap it up.
Wrap that up. Y'all talking about us too much. Okay. All right. So, all right. Okay. So your dad inspired you. Okay. Amazing. Your dad is the reason. Okay. All right. So you organize people's lives. What's one thing you struggle to keep organized yourself besides, folding socks and stuff? Like, what's the one thing that you really have a hard time keeping organized?
In the physical realm, clothes. Yeah.
I get it.
And that's why, like, for my clients, I implement something called a clean clothes hamper. So if it's, cause I gotta try on 7 things before I go back to the very first thing that I had picked out anyway. But I'm not about to hang it right back up. That's ridiculous. I ain't got time for that. I have places to go. I have people to see. I was already late. So I keep a clean clothes basket of clothes that I tried on and just didn't work, and I gotta hang back up. But that's a problem for another day. So clothes is the biggest thing for sure. Looking, I'm in my beauty room right now, and they're everywhere. That's why, you know, this blurred out in the background, because if I
Yeah,
it's a
I
little
noticed that. I
bit
was like, she got the background. I'm not
little out
mad
to
at you,
you.
girl. I'm not. Look, let me tell you, you don't even want to see. You don't want to see my room in this moment. Like the clothes that I have that I got to put away, the mountain of clothes that I have washed and dried. And see, that's my, my thing is, I'm bad with not putting. I wash them. They'll go in the dryer, but when I take them, I'm so bad with putting clothes away. I'm so bad with putting clothes away. It's like my biggest struggle in life. The whole process, wash, dry, sew, put away. It's just the whole thing that I can't. I just can't. So
I don't have
I get to
time.
it when
There's
I
other
can.
tasks. Yeah.
I get to it when I have time.
Yeah.
I did enough.
I think that, like, we gotta stop organizing, like our parents tell us to organize, like these magazines tell us to organize. Sometimes it really is, you just got a closet that don't got nothing hanging in it, and it just got like 5 laundry hampers on the ground. And this is my clean whites. These are my clean darks. These are my clean sheets. I'm not hanging none of that up. I'm living out of these bins, and that's okay. All right.
Absolutely.
Whatever works for your life. All right. It's all about customization. Like, I had a client one time, she was like, do not fold my clothes. Roll my clothes, because I'm not doing all of that perfect military folding that you're doing. But like, I roll them up a little bit, like, and just put them in a drawer. But like, don't fold my clothes. I'm like, I just work here. Like, this your house. Like, I'm only gonna do things that make sense for you. So I think we gotta get out the mindset of you have to do things a certain way. Like, just do whatever works for you.
Do what works for you. I'm a firm believer. That is the truth. Amen. And hallelujah. Okay. So you serve multiple cities, including LA. Do you notice any differences in how people approach organizing in different places? Like, depending on where they live, is there like a difference, or is it just like, it doesn't matter regardless of where they live?
I think it's less about where they live than it is about where they are in their stage of life.
Okay.
So the way a 20-something-year-old would organize versus the way a 70-something-year-old would organize is going to vary. So it really is the stage of life that you're in, and the things that you collect and accumulate, like the importance that people put on certain things. Like, I'm gonna go, like, I have a client who is in her early 30s, like single, like just getting out on her own, and she didn't have no dishes or no furniture or like nothing to organize in her kitchen, but like her closet and her beauty stuff was ridiculous. Like, it was like 2.5 of her rooms, and part of her living room was dedicated to storing all of her shoes and clothes or whatever, but she didn't have, like, plates. And that's because of the stage of life that she's in. And then I have, like, older clients who have a china set that seats 12 people, but they eat like takeout meals from a company and they never have guests over. So I'm like, why do we have a 8-person tea set? Well, that's because when we do you ever have dinner parties? I mean, we used to. You got to organize for 2025, not 1973. That's not important no more. Like, we got to organize for the people that we are. So it's more about the stage of life than it is the actual area. Like, the area really just determines how much space and cabinetry I have to work with. But people are people wherever people are. Like, everybody has the same struggles. Everybody got a chair in a bedroom or a piece of furniture that they hanging clothes on that clothes don't belong on. But I'm gonna get to that. No, you're not. Put it in a pretty bin and get it out of the way. Stop lying to me and yourself. I don't believe you.
Guilty. Guilty. That's me.
Yeah, it's cool.
Girl.
Like, what is we lying for? We all live the same way. We're all very similar. So it really is just, where are you at? Do you got kids? Do you not have kids? If you're a mom and you got kids under 10, then your house is going to be messed up and you're going to be apologizing all over the place because you got a kid and husband and a full-time job and you got to do your hair. I don't know why I can't stay organized, because you got the same 24 and you don't got 8 hands and you're not an octopus and you don't have, like, you just gotta accept the fact that your house gonna be dirty for the next 3 to 5 business years, and that's just that on that, and we gonna get over it.
Yeah. But see, I don't even have the children or the husband excuse. It's just me. It's the full-time career, full-time, podcaster. I'm doing, this, or part-time podcaster at this point, like whatever you want to call it. But I'm kind of juggling both. It's the balance of life right now that's kind of got me like, you know what I'm saying? But I don't even have the kids. I wish I did have the kids and the husband as an excuse, but I don't. So I just, all I can blame it to me.
It's not even an excuse. Those are the other hands that can also help. Like, how is that just my job? Y'all live here too, don't you?
Right. No, absolutely. I wish that was my problem, because therefore, if that was, maybe I would have help. And then I would have, you know what I'm saying? But everything's on me. So, I can't do everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a spoon theory. I can't remember how it goes, but it's just like, you only have so many, like, spoons and energy to give away in a day. Like, my particular space is disorganized because I sell my energy and my time to other people. So when I get home, you think I have time to organize myself? No, I've done this. People pay me to do this. I'm not paying me to do this. So that's why, like, on Friday, when I ain't got nothing else to do, I don't have to wake up on nobody else's clock, or, then I might give myself a little time, but I'm paying me to fold my socks. That's ridiculous. So I'm not.
Right. Absolutely. No, I get it. I get that. You've done it all day. You're exhausted. You're like, I've seen enough containers and all the things and putting clothes away, and I can't afford to do that for myself right now. I just can't. I get it. I get it, girl. I get it. Okay, so some people are naturally organized, others are a hot mess, as we know. Okay, what's one small habit that can make even the messiest person feel like they have their life together?
To put things away instead of putting them down. If you took the extra 2 steps, 2 seconds, like, as fast as, like, if you timed yourself and put something in the microwave, and the time it took to heat that container of food up, if you just, like, put the dishes away, you be like, oh, I can't do this. It's going to take forever. You could clean a good part of your kitchen in, like, 60 seconds. So instead of us putting stuff down, I'll get to it later. If we just put it where it goes the first time, you can mitigate a lot of your frustration, because we always assume things are going to take a lot longer than they actually do. So putting things away instead of just putting them down can be helpful, but that's also hard unless you have designated a home for everything. Like, you got to have a place for everything. And that is oftentimes people's problem. Like, I don't know where this goes. So I just want it out of my hands, and I'm going to just drop it, and I'm going to put it in a drawer and a cabinet, and then I'm going to close it, and I'm going to figure it out later. But you designate a room for everything. Like, just pretend like company's coming over. Everything has to go home at the end of the night. Where does this item live in your house? And put it there before you just put it in a pile or put it on the surface just to get it out of your hands. Just take the extra 2 steps. Put it where it's supposed to go.
I like it. Okay. That's a simple one that I think we all can, use and adopt. I love it. Okay. So you go to so many comedy shows.
Oh, too.
I'm going
to one tonight.
I know. I wish I was there. Like, oh my God.
It's a good time.
I'm so jealous that I can't. But okay. So, do comedians ever get nervous when they know you're in the audience? Like, oh no, Erica's here, I better be funny. Like, does anybody ever told you that, or has anybody ever felt that way that you know of?
It's been happening recently, which is mind-blowing to me because most of my time going to comedy shows, I have taken pride in making myself small, sitting in a corner and not being noticed. Even though I do, and I know this, I get my Kiki Palmer on. I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I hope I don't. I'm surprised they can see me. I'm surprised that they watch my stories or see my wrap ups, even when I tag them. Again, it might sound ridiculous, but the fact that I do these reviews, I just assume that the only people who saw them are my family or my friends or like the few followers like that I have, and nobody's really paying attention. But the last, I don't know, like 2 months, I'll go to a comedy show and afterwards, if I see a comedian or whatever, or even if I tag them, like, oh my gosh, like, oh, it's you from the thing. And like, I've been noticed by people off stage. Oh, you the girl who do the reviews? Like, oh my gosh, like, you're great. And I did a review of a comedian recently and she was just like, oh my gosh, I finally got a review. I was like, this not a thing, y'all. I don't really work. I made this up. Just like my first job, this is not, I am not an expert. This is not an accolade. This is not an NAACP award. Like, this is not a big deal. Like, and y'all can see me because I started going to comedy shows, because like I told you, like people think that I'm lying, I guess, because I am personable, that I don't actually have like really bad social anxiety. Like I am a nervous person. I have actually gone to certain comedy shows, Anisha Bus and Aviana Crockett, like, and a couple other people, like they did a live taping like of a show and I got tickets for it. I never got to that show. I had a panic attack like outside. Like I could not go in. Like you don't see me do reviews at Chocolate Sundays, because I attempted to go one and I had a panic attack. And then I was personal assisting for a person who invited me out to that show. And because I had a panic attack outside, I actually got fired. So the Chocolate Sundays is a trigger for me. So I still haven't gone back because like, I'm really genuinely afraid that I'm going to go back and have a panic attack. So I go to comedy shows as a way of relief because I think that comedy is healing to everybody. And
It is.
even when I'm having a bad day, I can go, I can listen, I can laugh. And it's a place where I can go by myself because kind of like the movies, you're not supposed to be talking anyway. So bringing friends is actually more stressful. So I can go by myself. I can laugh by myself. I don't have to feel inclined to talk to people that I go with. And I can get my own like little dose of laughter and dopamine and I can get out. I didn't start doing the reviews until I think like March of last year, but I've been going to comedy shows for maybe 10 years. So I didn't start actually talking about it until part of last year. And then the comedians like, until Tony Baker and Kev on stage was like, we look forward to like your reviews. I was like, y'all can't see me. What do you mean? You're looking forward to my opinion. And to have comedians at the end of the show, like, man, you really like, this is helpful for us. Like, we're thankful for your reviews. Like,
Wow.
I'm invisible, guys. Y'all can't even see me. Like, I can't, like, so when people see me at shows or when comedians, like, I don't ever want to make anybody nervous or think that, like, I'm a critic. Like, if you notice, you've never seen a bad review of a comedian from me. Either I like you and I have something nice to say, or there are comedians that I've seen that I don't talk about. So if you had a bad set, or if you completely bombed, or I just didn't connect with your material, I just don't say nothing. I pretend like you wasn't there. You weren't ever on the lineup. I just talk about the people that I have something nice to say, but nobody pays me to do this. So I don't get any more money or less money to down you at your job. Like, I know we all have off days, or maybe I'm not your target audience or whatever the case may be, but to drag a comedian, what's the point in that? So I have skipped over some comedians who just was, ooh, baby, that wasn't it. So we not going to talk about you, but I'm not going to lie and say you were good. And I'm not going to like highlight your bad points.
Drag you. Yeah.
If you don't have something nice to say, I don't say anything.
Don't say anything at all.
Yeah.
We were taught that when we were kids. So yes, that is like, but maybe you should, I mean, I know you said it's not a thing and you're like, I get it, but maybe you should. Have you ever considered like making it a thing? Like even if you make like a YouTube channel or like or something
I've
like a
been
separate
asked
page
that.
for it. Yeah, you should.
I've asked that like several times. Like when are like one comedian was like, yeah, like when's the blog coming? Like, you know, when's the magazine? I was like, what are you talking about? I just be going and telling other people so y'all can support y'all. I wasn't trying. They was like, no, you could charge people for reviews. I'm like, okay, I probably should do a separate page because I be wanting to cuss just a little bit. And, you know, on my business page, I'll be like, oh, I gotta censor it. But it also filters some clientele my way. So yes, I'm doing these reviews.
I mean, you can integrate sometimes. Like you can integrate them. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to be completely exclusive, but you should do something separate. It could become a thing. It really could. I mean, you seem like you're well on your way. I see it. I think so. So I mean, just just my thoughts. You know what I mean? If you know. And when I come to LA, we're going to Chocolate Sundays. I don't know. I don't want to like.
Let me get the Xanax. We're
gonna go to Chocolate Sunday. We're gonna get you in there, girl. We're gonna get you in there. We're gonna take our time though. I'm not for like, you know.
We're gonna take our baby step. We gotta go early. I gotta go early. I gotta sit down. I gotta be in the room before anybody else get there. I gotta hyperventilate just a little bit by myself. So then just when the crowd come in, like, oh, y'all coming into my house. Like when I go to Flappers a lot. Shout out Flappers in Burbank. Yes. The staff know me. Like the door people know me. The guy who called to offer me free tickets, like he know me. Everybody know when I get it. You want your seat right here, front row 9? I do. Y'all know what okay. Bring me my Mia Nettles Prosecco. Okay. Like what are you talking about? I got a favorite drink. I got a favorite seat. They don't play with me. They try not to sit nobody in my seat if they know like certain headliners. They know like Erica's going to a Tony Baker show for sure. She's gonna be there. So when we start seeing people, even if I'm late, which I try not to be late for certain people.
Yeah,
I need this seat right here. I need this.
I know that's
right here.
I know that's right. Yes, but yeah. So I'm fair warning is just giving you heads up now, so you can already prepare yourself. Okay. When I come to LA, I'll let you know ahead. I don't know when it's to be, but when I come back, I plan soon. But when I do, we're going. And I'm gonna hit you up and we're gonna go. Hopefully, it'll be a show. Well, Chicken Sundays is always around. That's always a thing. They do that all the time, right?
Every Sunday.
Like, yeah.
And there's 2 shows every Sunday. Yeah, 7:30 and like I think like 9 or 11 or something like that.
Yeah. So there's always going to be a show. So yeah. Okay. Well, anyway. Okay. So what's the best or worst reaction you've ever gotten from a comedian after a review? Have you ever gotten had the best or the worst reaction?
Again, like to be honest, like the best reaction for me was Tony Baker and Kevin on Stage. Like these are people who I have followed for years. I've been part of their Patreon. Like I actually respect them as like artists. To have them appreciate my opinion and like also like laugh at my jokes and reviews is like not them laughing at like what I had to say. Like that's the best.
You're funny. You're funny. You're funny. You're funny. You are hilarious. You don't even know. You don't even know it. You don't even realize it.
But I don't think I've ever had a bad like response from a comedian because again, I don't say anything downing or degrading about them. And what you don't want to do is get into altercation, a battle, an issue with a comedian.
Oh yeah.
I never want to piss them off.
No.
So
you don't want those problems.
I don't even want the smoke, baby. Y'all roast for a living to be a highlight of y'all story. Absolutely not. So I keep it cute.
I feel that. Look, I feel that. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. Okay, so if you could professionally organize a comedian's life, who do you think needs it the most?
Needs it?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. That's hard.
It's
It's hard. That's hard because I think about like anybody who like needs it. I think everybody, unless you do it professionally, everybody needs a little something. Like the most, that's just like I don't know. That's a hard one. Yeah, that's hard. I know people I want to work with, but I don't know because they need me or I want it. But there are people I
you have
definitely
worked with Tony Baker, right? You have worked with Tony Baker, right? Did you work with him?
Yes, I have worked with Tony Baker. I will be helping Tony Baker move into his new spot very soon. So I do have a working relationship with Tony because of the reviews. Like so, he was like, "Oh, you organize? Can I use your services?" Yeah, I'm retiring after this. It's not ridiculous. Once I do Tony's house, that's it, y'all. All right, going back to corporate. I'll see y'all later.
I'm good now. That's amazing. That's so cool. See how like God opened up one door and the next door. Like it's amazing. But anyway, okay. So you see so many people, or so many comedy sets. What's a joke or a bit that has stuck with you because it was just that good? Like, what's something you heard and you were like, "This is like genius," or it was just had you laughing so hard? What's a bit that was so good?
I promise you, I cannot call that. That is hard. I can say that comedy has impacted me in a way that made me question like a lot of foundational things that I believe in. Like just jokes in general has made me question relationship dynamics, like religion, like I can't even remember who said it. They was just like, I don't know why y'all believe in the Bible. Like it ain't nothing but Jesus' homeboys telling stories about him. Like, you know, your homeboy's always gonna like exaggerate just a little bit. And I'm like, what? Okay, I can see that. So it's just
I can see that too.
Yeah, but to be honest, I don't think there is one joke that just sticks out to me. There are particular comedians that stick out because I feel like they don't miss, but a one joke, nah. Like I have been raised on comedy my whole life. Like
that's dope. That's so amazing. Same. I also have too. So comedy's always been a part of me. But it's just funny, like now I just feel like you said something recently. I've heard you say it a couple times and you were talking about like, have y'all seen the news? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, back to what we were kind of talking about, but not going back all the way into it.
Yeah,
we don't want the phone
off.
Yeah. Cut off. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't want that. We smoke. Okay. Like you said, we don't want to smoke. But yeah, I just feel like with the climate of everything that's happening, like I feel like right now is the time that like you gotta find ways to laugh, like something to give you joy, whatever that is, like find that. And so that's kind of why I've just like kind of made the pivot. But comedy's always been a thing that I personally have loved. Like it's always been near and dear to me. But like, cause I'm like, who doesn't like to laugh? Who doesn't love to laugh? Like who doesn't? I mean, I'm far from a comedian. I'm funny and silly if you know me. And I'm kind of like, I called myself recently. I said I'm funny adjacent. But I'm not like
you doing hold on now. I just heard the rebrand announcement. You're doing improv, so knock it off. You is funny. Okay.
Yeah. I do be doing my, you know, the improv and stuff. I mean, I'm kind of, and it's funny because I feel like I've always like, wanted to do improv. I always was curious about it until last year I started it. And I'm like, I'm so like, I have my showcase. My second showcase is the week after next. And I'm like, so I'm excited and I'd be like nervous at the same time. Cause I still suffer with that, like that anxiety, you know, like I be having anxiety too, but I get up there and I just be like, I'm gonna do it. And it kind of helps you to just be more comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, we don't know what the future
comedy
holds.
Is hard. Like public speaking is one of, you know, most people's like biggest fears. So I feel like comedy as a craft, you have to be a particular type of person. I feel like it is a healing art form and it's one of the few places that you can go to where the intention is joy and laughter. You can go other places and you might have a good time and you might laugh, but the entire theme of a comedy show is to make you laugh. So it's just like, I'd rather 10 times out of 10 go to a comedy club feel like a nightclub. Like, maybe I
Oh,
might have a
yes.
good time. Maybe I'm just like about to pay a lot of money for a bunch of drinks and like be irritated and my feet gonna hurt. Like, you go to a comedy club, you get a designated seat. They be having drinks.
Right?
A lot of them be having food, and you gonna make me laugh? Like, what is there not to laugh?
Yes.
What? This is the
Yes.
greatest night
I
out
mean,
for $30.
that is, yes, the best night ever. Like, what are you be talking about? No, that's real. Like, I agree. I second that. So 100%. 100%. All right. So if your life was a sitcom, what would the title be?
Laugh in order. Kind of like Law and Order.
That's cute. That's cute. I like
I don't know.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe, I
I
don't know.
like that. Okay. I love it. I love it. All right. So if you had to organize a comedy show lineup, which comedians are must have?
Oh, first of all, not because he's a client, just because he's a favorite comedian. Tony Baker. I have seen Tony Baker probably over 30 times. Never
Amazing.
repeated a joke. Tony Baker
Yeah.
does not recycle material. Fresh jokes
Amazing.
all the time. So if
Amazing.
Tony Baker's headlining, because I know I'm going to get a fresh laugh. Like, some people, I've seen them several times, and they be having to work on their jokes. So it's like, all right, this is my 5th time laughing at that, but you know, you're getting better. So you know, that's part of the business, but Tony Baker does not repeat a joke. Tony Baker, Josh Johnson.
Okay, yep.
Comedian CP. He's hilarious.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Who else? Oh, I gotta get some girls in here. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, Ambria Allen.
Ambria is hilarious. Yes, she's
hilarious.
amazing. Yeah.
She has a PhD. Okay.
Yes.
Like, she doesn't have to do this. She do this because she can, not because she has to. All right.
Yeah.
And I gotta get somebody non-black. Hold on. Who else? Sorry, it's not. You know what? I'll take it back because he's mixed. So I feel like he gonna have to be the delegate for that, because I do have some non-black comedians that I favor, but you know, it's still February, so we're gonna go ahead and get the Black History Month together. Terrence Delane. He half black and half Mexican.
Okay.
And he's very, very LA. Yes, he's very LA. And I just realized, like, I used to hate LA accents and, like, you know, like LA, like hood, like dudes, like they can't do it. But something about a LA accent in a comedy set, like, I laughed double hard. And Terrence got, he's LA black and LA Mexican all rolled into one. What? His delivery, yes, it just feels like the cousin. It just feels like a cousin of mine. Like, yes, I'm at home now. Like, hearing Terrence do a set just feels nostalgic. Tony Baker, Josh Johnson, because they gonna give you fresh new insights. Ambria Allen, Terrence Delane, and I forgot who comedian CP. Yep, that's just. No shade to anybody else, and y'all know I love y'all all, but like, if you gonna give me a top and you gonna give me a champagne and a giggle, for sure, top five.
Okay, I love it.
With diversity, because
this
is a DEI hire. This is a DEI hire for my comedy set.
Right.
So,
man, I love it. That's where we gotta do it. All right, so. You said something. Where are you from? You said, because you said dating a LA dude, like, no, like the LA accent. Like, where are you from? I'm just curious.
I'm from here. I am California.
But you were from there.
That's why I know. That's why I know.
So where do you date guys from?
Ohio.
Are they transplants? Like, they just happen to move there?
Nah, you gotta be from out of town. You gotta be from, like, my next man gotta be from, like, North Carolina. Like, I can't, you gotta have some life skills, know about real weather. I can't do no California boys. I can't do it. I don't want it.
That is
seen
so fun.
Seen it. Hated it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you gotta
I hear
be
dating in
from
LA is hard. I hear dating in LA is hard, but I don't
anywhere
know
is
if I believe
hard,
it.
but dating in LA is definitely
Yeah.
hard. Because dating in Southern California is hard. Not that I do it that often, so please don't take my advice. It's not a podcast. Um, yeah, I think the struggle is there's one too many options. Two people's definition of dating don't match. Like some people, oh, I'm
Mm.
dating, you humping. I'm dating, you getting free meals. So like our definition of what dating should and should not be is different.
Mm-hmm.
Dating across several freeways is difficult. Like, you want me to date you and sit in traffic for you, baby? No, not gonna do that. Like some people not really looking for a partner, they looking for help. Like, it's just you never
Oh,
really know
yeah.
what you're gonna get. And
Mm-mm.
I can't say that that's exclusive to LA or California. I feel like everybody has that same struggle, but
Yeah,
in LA, you have to also
that's real.
include image and people's like view of grandeur and somebody from out
Mm-hmm.
of town. Like, well, this is what LA is supposed to be like. Like, you just got here last week. You don't know nothing about the city and nothing. Like, you came out here with like from Kentucky and telling me how LA dating is supposed to go. Shut up. So it's just,
Mm-mm.
I think it's hard, especially your age range, tax bracket. Like, this life be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, girl. Let me tell you, I understand. I get it entirely. But that's interesting. Okay. Because when you said that, I was like, wait a minute, she was from LA.
I am.
That was so funny.
I'm
So
just
do you
thinking
think
about
you
my
have an
cousins,
LA
my
accent?
uncles. Like, I don't think I do because people always ask me where I'm
Yeah.
from. And I'm like,
Yeah. I don't
here?
think you do either. Honestly, I don't even really
Yeah.
know. I didn't know if there's a, I don't even know if I know the LA accent. Like, I don't even know if I know what that is. There's a,
You
like, I've never paid
gotta,
attention to it.
it's pockets of LA. And it depends on your LA archetype. Cause some people are LA bougie, some people are LA hood, some people like, if you really, you watch Compton heavy, like, it's more about like how you look. And then when you start talking, you go, you're from here. I can tell by, just certain cuts of clothes. I can tell by the length of your nails. I can tell by certain things, and there's certain words, I guess, we use that other people don't use. But regionally, if you from the valley, you're going to say like a lot.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
total,
Well,
like
I
there's
do know
certain
that.
things. Yeah. But
Yeah.
for the most part, I mean, I don't know. People always think I'm from like, oh, where you from? The South? Southern California? Like, what are you talking about?
You do give South a little bit. You do give South. You do give South a little bit. Yeah, you do give. I can see where they think you're from the South. Just a little bit. You got a little twang in there. It's a little twang I hear in some of the things you say.
Yeah.
People always, for some reason, think I'm from Chicago, and I don't know why they think that. I'm like, I've gotten that like majority of the time when people ask me where I'm from, they think I'm from Chicago, and I'm like, I don't know why they think that, but whatever.
Okay.
Definitely not. But just interesting. Okay. So, what is the one thing you want people to take away from your work, whether it's organizing or your comedy reviews? What's the one thing you want people to take away?
From organizing, I want people to stop trying to organize and live a life of perfection, because there's no such thing. Whether it is a single mom of two living in the Inland Empire or a multimillionaire, A-list celebrity, people all just be having messy houses. It's not just you. Your clutter is not unique. You also are trying to navigate the world like the rest of us. So stop being so hard on yourself, because your house does not look like a magazine. Nobody's house does, like, at all. So, like, it's really not that deep. Enjoy your life outside of it, making memories instead of trying to make things picture perfect and Pinterest pretty. When it comes to the comedy reviews, go to a comedy show. Go to a comedy show, like, to support these comedians, because it's like Keon Poli, like a comedian, like he's just like, it's the only job you have to do in front of people. Yeah, with comedy, just get out to a comedy show, like releasing pressure and stress off of your day. Stop trying to find like the fun things to do. There's professional people who want to make you happy and make you laugh, and just go
Mm-hmm.
indulge in that. And
Yeah.
there's in LA, there's a comedy show almost every night. Some of them are weekly, some of them are monthly. Like find a favorite, pull up on a show, like take the night off, enjoy. It's 2 hours at the most. Like
Mm-hmm.
just indulge, engage, like have a good time.
Yeah. 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 Hey, where can the people find you, Erica?
You find me currently at Full Moon Organizing on Instagram. That's where I'm mainly active. Possibly Laughs with Erica page soon. Don't quote me on that. But I'll be branching out. I'll let y'all know.
It. Yeah.
Yeah. So
She gonna
I
do
don't
it.
know.
She
I
gonna do
don't
it.
know. Just possible organizing for the time being, and y'all can catch up with the comedy reviews. I got one tonight, tomorrow, like 5 in March. So if y'all want to see, if y'all want highlights on what they saying out here in these comedy streets, pull up, and then go to your own show and see it for yourself.
Have to. Have to. So important. Okay. Oh my God, Erica, thank you for coming. That's all I have for you. See, it wasn't so bad, right?
No, that was good. Thank you so much for making it easy for me.
Yes. I told you, I was like, girl, I got you. You're gonna be fine. I promise you.